At my last talk for CitA, didn't do a sales pitch for BAM, and I had possibly the most minimal slides that have ever been shown at a CitA gathering. There was nothing in them. This one, Paul will be happy to know, is only 5 slides, but it's text rich, which I won't be reading out loud because that's pointless. Okay, my name is Simon Tritschler, and I work for a new department in BAM called DPS, Digital Project Solutions, and we are part of the transformation in BAM to transform the way BAM works. So within the business, we are moving towards a value-driven, environmentally friendly, sustainable business. And we're doing it across the UK and I. So in my role here, it's changed. I'm now the principal support specialist for the UK and Ireland. My job is to manage the mobilization and deployment of technology onto construction sites across all of UK and Ireland, and also to help manage the competence centres within Ireland, the UK and Ireland. And they're important. I'll show you why they're important now in a few more seconds. Right, countdown, slide 1. Okay, loads of text here. Okay, loads of text here. But the important ones is the first one. Client demand is growing. It's critically important to us. In the environment that we work, the world is looking at construction from a sustainability point of view. It just is. Okay, BAM is at the moment, one of the reasons why BAM is going through the transformation is that our shareholders, we're a PLC, are demanding that BAM responds to this global need. Our investors want to invest in businesses that are sustainable, right? No choice about it. That's what we're doing. The other one that's very important here, like there's a load of stuff there, but the other two that are important is societal expectation is growing. There is an expectation on us as a construction company to do something about the environment. We are, as an industry, we're one of the largest polluters in the world. We just are. Concrete just is pollutant. And the next one then is, it's the right thing to do. Many of you will know Big Bad BAM, as formerly Ascon, how we operate the marketplace and so on. We are changing that. The BAM that you know of the past and of today is not going to be the BAM of the future. It's a very, very different organization in how it works. Slide number 2, 3 more to go. Right? In the center here, these are the core values of BAM. So Daniel's in the room here, he'd be very familiar with those. Sustainability, inclusivity, reliability, ownership, and collaboration. These are the core values of BAM. And they're what we're moving forward with, whether it's in environmental sustainability or whether it's in digital. In the transformation of BAM, there have been 3 groups set up, fundamentally. Transformation department, digital is one of them, and environmental sustainability is one of the other main groups. They're one of the pillars of what we're going to be doing moving forward. And around the outside here are the competencies that we require from our environmental and sustainability staff. So we had, from the digital perspective, we have slightly different competency centered around that, all aimed at developing digital professionals, all aimed at the ISO, aimed at proficiency, modeling, clash, so on. Here we have all of these competence centers here. So my role at the moment now is the principal support specialist, which means I am the lead support specialist in BAM, and I have expertise in all of the fields that's around this loop from a digital point of view. Similarly, within environmental, all the people that work with environmental will have to have various skill sets to achieve the role of environmental or sustainable people. Okay, so BAM's focus on this is around developing professionals in the business to ensure that we can deliver things. Okay, slide number 3. Okay, so we have a team across the UK and Ireland of about 45 people, which is quite large, purely in environmental and sustainability. In contrast, the BAM digital team across the UK and I is almost 100 people. So we have a huge digital maturity in our business. We are very digitally mature. We have a depth of expertise that is quite good, quite good. And the fact that half, again, so 45 people of the environmental people is a sign of the commitment that BAM has towards this. It's an absolutely massive commitment. But from that, we're seeing massive gains. Like even as I look down the list there, one of the ones there is the HVO. So BAM Ireland, for example, is using hydrogenated vegetable oil, is that what it is, or high volatile oil or something like that. It's plant-based diesel. So now all of our projects use HVO. Okay, we don't have these in our projects. Our cranes, our dumpers, our dozers, everything HVO. We've upgraded our entire car fleet, our transport fleet, either to be full electric or hybrid. So we are moving rapidly towards being a much more sustainable business. And you'll see here on one of the charts, I know you can read all this, it's no point reading this, but on the next one here, slide number 4, because I know it's important. Oops. So here we have all the key things that we are doing within the sustainable environment. We have the same one for digital. Okay, so as an organization, we are driven to drive this into our business, literally driving it into our business. We have a CDP climate, we're an A-rated CDP climate business in Europe. I think we're one of 5 or 6 construction companies in Europe that have that rating. We are working very hard on our missions and driving them down. We are very much online and on target to achieve our targets by 2030. We've massive reduction in some fields, down 70, 80% on target delivery of carbon goals, and we're really working towards it. From a digital point of view, will it work? There we go. From a digital point of view, what we're interested in is material passports. This is where we are really focusing. So while we're driving environmental into what we do, the next thing we're looking at really is to maximize our material passports. And that's for several reasons. One, our clients want material passports. They want to know what's in their buildings. They want to know in what we're doing. When they get a building from us, they need to know what's in it. To do this, we're looking at, obviously enough, BIM. So all the Revit models, using COBE, using Uniclass, the new Uniclass 2024 revision really helps towards this. It gives us more classifications, gives us more ability to really drill down to the materials that we're using. We have looked at the market on capturing a material passport tool, and in the Netherlands we have one. But the problem with the one that we have in the Netherlands is it's building based and it's not civils based. It doesn't allow for civils information. So because we are both a civils and a buildings business, we're looking at developing our own simple process of capturing the material passports. So that means we are going to start with design, and throughout the whole process, use the ISO process to ensure that we get the carbon values and the materials that are being used. Okay, very specific on the materials that are going to be used to drive into the models, so that we can track both the design intent and the actual materials that are used within our BIM models, okay, Revit models, whatever it may be. And then we'll extract that out for internal dashboarding and for external dashboarding. We will more than likely use, an open source viewer, and then have either full 3D PDFs or, linked PDFs of the model and so on. We don't know yet. But we need this for 2 reasons. We need it, one, so we can give the information to our clients on the buildings that we have, but we also need it internally to track the carbon and what we're using on our projects. So it's very important for us that as we're doing these things, to measure them to ensure that we're following on and doing things the right way. Okay? Material passports for us, as we're looking at it now for buildings, is relatively easy. It's not a difficult thing to enforce information being added into a BEP or into an EIR or whatever it may be, to ensure that design chain are putting the information in, supply chain are putting the information in, and that our project information managers are ensuring that that's happening. That's a relatively easy thing to do. We're also ensuring that when we mobilize a project, so from a digital point of view, when we mobilize a project and we mobilize a SharePoint site or Autodesk ACC, we're also mobilizing things like smart waste onto all of our projects. So all of these things are being mandated from the center and are being pushed through to all our projects. Okay, that making sense? Fairly quick, yeah. Okay, so anything point at any questions on any of that, or is that relatively easy to read? Yeah, I know I'm rushing now because I know Paul's under pressure.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. You've recovered everything that we need to recover. So you're okay. Thank you very, very much.
But last slide, right? So for BAM, who's always been known as Big Bad BAM, the business itself is changing. We are changing our approach, both internally to the people that work in BAM, externally for our supply chain, for the stakeholders that we have in the business, for our investors, for the people that work in the business, to be more environmentally friendly. When BAM celebrated 150 years of existence, they planted 150,000 trees. Okay. We are looking at all the materials that we use. We're looking at how we use concrete. We're sourcing environmentally friendly concrete. We're recycling concrete. We're looking at the sites that we go to now to see how much of the materials that are in the existing ground or on the existing brown site can be recycled for the next project. All of these things are part of what we do, and it's being driven into how we operate as a business. It's going to be what we do. It's no longer about having a disregard for how we operate in the industry. It's about building sustainable tomorrow so that we are able to operate in our future business. And that when we're talking about a sustainable tomorrow, it's not even to have a building there that is environmentally sustainable or that, looks good for carbon values. It means that we have a space for our people as well, so that we're operating in a sustainable business, so that we're growing as a business and getting better all the time. And that's it.
Thanks, man.
5 slides, simple.